Okay. We are Wait. Can I get an audio test from all of you? Okay. Hello. Okay, well that is slightly annoying. Doop. Let me just... Right, well, Streamlabs, I forget which input is the standard desktop audio. Oh, thank you. There we go. Now everything can be heard. That is much better. Before they could only hear me. There was
levels.
heaven for a few seconds. Right. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Roundtable. I am a Dungeon Master for the evening, Spence Wilson. I'm joined here by these wonderful players for another chapter in this adventure.
That's us, by the way.
Contrary to what they believe, probably not the final chapter. But
Nope,
you never know. Right, before we get in to tonight's session, a few announcements as always. Huge thank you to Sirenscape for letting us use your audio. And also, Describe has a June giveaway on at the moment. They're giving away £50 of credit to Hero Forge, I believe a Foundry subscription, and some other goodies. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go over to describe.com/roundtable, subscribe, and then go and enter the giveaway for a chance at loads of good stuff. And also, as always, thank you to Describe for supporting the show. Okay, I believe after that very, very quick rundown, I believe we're ready to begin. So, if everybody is ready, if no one wants to quickly do some expressive dance, go get a glass of water, anything of the sort, we are ready to begin. So, I'll play the intro video, and then we'll start. Alright, see you all soon.
Let's do the good luck dance with us because we all might die. So what you want to do is you want to close your fists like this. Close your fists like this.
Yep.
Both of them like this.
No,
I've
seen.
Sorry. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna.
I've seen that. Damn it. Yep.
Damn it.
Almost got me on camera. But anyway, so where we last left off, the Mayfly had travelled to the Astral Sea in a desperate bid to escape the chained fleet of Oriax. This attempt was in fact successful, and you found yourself lost in the endless grey horizons, the glassy sea beneath you alive, twinkling stars. After reading the Layman's Guide to the Astral Sea, you all developed the method of leaving a tally mark when you see something odd or dangerous. But as night rolled in and the storm around you picked up, your quarters and bodies became rife with tally marks, with each of you having no recollection as to why. But you survived the night, and as the mist rolled over you, the storm cleared, and you saw land. A huge, jagged island, like an enlarged and blackened pride rock, perched from the water hundreds of meters away. But Kishore, as you take the spyglass of Niles and look closer, it becomes evident that this is no island. The huge shape is made of jagged iron and rusted plates, a prominent nameplate high above the water, the Stahl. As you see this, the hulking iron tyrant leaps forward from the water, sending a tidal wave to either side as its full ancient ship dredges itself from the depths, revealing the full size of the magnificent vessel. In the distance, you see quite literally a skeleton crew swarming the top deck as the ship, almost a living entity, lets out a low, bassy war horn, echoing across the still waters. As you see this, what would everyone like to do?
I literally look down and I'm just like, I am personally of the opinion that we should probably just surrender. That's just me, unless you think you could turn this thing around, Captain.
Niles kind of immediately turns. His gaze is still semi-affixed to the ship, and he just turns to you. I'm not usually one for running away, but I'm gonna see what I can do. And you see as he runs immediately to talking, he's gonna make an intelligence check to see if he can.
You want to surrender to skeletons?
Unless you think you can outswim them.
There ain't no
That's-
surrendering to skeletons if they're just going to kill us.
That's
What are you
we don't
thinking?
know. We don't know if they're gonna kill us. They're pirates. That ship is the stall, Lugos.
As you say this, the Mayfly kind of jolts forward and kind of begins to truck along the sea, with Niles piloting by power of his mind. See in the distance the Stahl begins to turn towards you, broadside on.
Oh God.
Do they look like they're going to attack us?
Roll insight with disadvantage.
Sure, no problem.
Can I give him the help action where he doesn't get disadvantage?
Unfortunately not, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have disadvantage either, because you're trying to read a ship like a few
It's
hundred
me.
meters
It's
away.
me looking, but then it's Leocas holding his hand flat above my eyes, so I can see
Yeah.
better.
Would I be able to give the help action because I'm using the goddamn?
You have the
Periscope?
spyglass, so yes, you could. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Get your help action.
Okay, well, that's gonna be bad. That's a 7.
Okay, you do have an advantage because Shaw did give you a help action.
Oh, but doesn't that just cancel out my disadvantage?
I'm using a spyglass. I'm okay to
Yeah.
tell you what's a distance.
Okay. That's a
Better.
15.
15. Not terrible, unless you kind of gaze. Sure, you're there looking at the spyglass, kind of helping each other, and you don't think they're going to try and sink you. If that was their plan, you reckon it would have already been done. But you reckon there may be a boarding attempt, or they may just kind of wait until night and then engulf you.
We're totally at their mercy, it would seem.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Lugos. I don't think they're getting away. We're kind of stuck inside this wall of mist.
I
that we
just got
came through.
arrows at the ready, and my bow drawn.
Okay.
And you know, I was thinking that we could have a nice fucking time between our next encounter. Never gonna try to party it up ever again. Ever.
Not my fault you slept through your goddamn hangover into this shit.
No, oh, fuck off.
As the
Mav.
silence kind of takes over, and just as you shout Maverick, in the distance you hear as a rumbling noise carries itself on the water, and as you glance over, you see flashes of light in the distance on the top deck. Steaming cannon fire.
Incoming. I just call
Basic
out.
maneuvers, everyone.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Fuck, we're gonna die. Please
boy.
don't use the. Please don't use the canister shot. I'm begging you, nice.
Okay.
I'm begging you nicely, please.
It's a 25.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Can I give Maverick the help action if I push him to the ground or push him away?
That would give you disadvantage on your own save.
Huh.
I'm good with getting a
That's right.
13.
What is that? Logan has been banned for hacking?
You got a
Natural 20. Nice.
Oh.
So we've got a 20, 22.
You know what? I'll take the risk, and if it means I can help Maverick,
Okay.
I'll take the disadvantage. I'll
So
give him help.
Lugos, roll again for me. Maverick, you can get advantage on that.
Monitor.
Okay.
I got
Brings Maverick up to more 20.
super low.
Lugos, yours goes down to an 11. As you dive, you are keeping him up. Niles gets a 10. Roundhead gets a 16. Zilrona gets a 5. And
Oof.
Adfear gets a modded 20. So,
Dang,
as this
Zorona, I
happens,
thought you were a rogue.
as you shout to brace, what you expect impact rapidly comes towards you over the atmosphere, and you wait, and you expect something to hit, but a few seconds go by and nothing hits, and you kind of Kishore, you kind of glance up after you told everyone to brace. And no cannons impact, but as you glance up, you see just coming into your field of view, something moving in the air coming straight towards you, and you hear a whistling almost, a whistling of bones. As you see very clearly, maybe 6 or 7 skeletons flying through the air, mouths unhinged and wide, scimitars in hand, firing themselves over. I'm gonna move you all to a map.
We got incoming enemies.
Oh boy. They are trying
I
to
just
kill
like
us,
imagine that they're not aerodynamic at all.
Yeah,
so they're
just kind of flailing, you kind of going back a
wiggle
bit.
they wiggle like fucking wind chimes on stuck strings. Like
That is honestly essentially what it is. They are not aerodynamic at all. They are fighting to stay stable as they are coming in. I have put you over to a map. I would like everyone to roll initiative for me. As you see 4 skeletons land in different areas of the ship. So one lands there.
We need our combat tracker, buddy.
yeah, we did that
Yes,
combat track.
sorry. Just putting the skeletons on for you. Look, it's of course you outnumber them at this point. It's good. It's good. But that is where we're gonna start the session.
Until they have
boy.
multi-attack times 3
And they have the packs, you know.
and
I
action
love
surge.
seeing that Kasha has an actual token instead of his giant face on the board.
Dick.
We all wanted to see Kashaw's giant face.
Oh, skeletons rolled
Alternatively, I
damn
just wanted
well.
to stop seeing his giant face.
And now Niles has his giant face.
Oh,
okay.
other NPCs.
I like those green D20s.
Okay.
I forget how you do the custom ones.
It's same.
So, have we all rolled? Wonderful, we have, which actually means
Aye.
first to go, it is one of the skeletons. As these things plummet on the deck around you, Niles actually is up there, Roundhead is there, different positioning to what it was originally. But immediately as these things land, the first skeleton to get up, you hear its neck kind of as it twists to look around, slowly shambles itself to its feet, scimitar in its hand, glances around at all of you, then looks back to this huge gif behind it. It immediately bolts towards Roundhead. It's gonna go and make an attack against him. Natural 2. It hits Roundhead, but it just goes straight off his officer's tunic. He kind of looks down. And his skeleton's turn of this other skeleton. Immediately gonna go and make an attack against Lugos.
Oh boy.
Natural 5, not gonna hit.
Hey, that's just what I like to see.
Lugos, as you were stood, you were stood next to one of the only cannons on the ship, and as you see the skeleton coming towards you, you kind of back away. It bounces straight off the cannon. There's a flash of sparks. But that brings us to the turn of Roundhead, who is going to... Roundhead's going to risk it. You see as Roundhead kind of runs 5 feet backwards, risks an opportunity attack. Doesn't hit him. He's going to use his blunderbuss. Takes this odd shooting weapon from his back, loads it with just a handful of scraps, and goes to fire. That is actually a hit, surprising. Blunderbusses are the most accurate. And that is going to be 8 points of damage, which for this skeleton, you see its bones, femurs, and skulls just go flying on a pile on the floor as Roundhead immediately dispatches of the first skeleton. Is now Joy's turn, who I will make sure acts next turn. That's turn of another skeleton. Oh my god. Guys, the initiative roll for you was really unfortunate.
Yeah, it sounds like great.
Alright, so skeleton's going to go for Maverick. And it is going to be a... 17? Yeah, 17. Not a hit, okay. You bring your beautiful new shield up, sword comes down, slices straight off the edge. On a hit, it is then the turn of Niles, who is gonna just use his action to keep the boat going. Intelligence check for him. You feel as all these skeletons land. And then Niall's eyes kind of dart upwards, and he immediately loses focus on the boat, and the entire boat kind of lurches as it slows down pretty considerably. It is Zilrona's turn. She's going to go to back up with the skeletons, but not much for now. Lugos, finally, with an initiative of 10, you are the highest of the party.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
That's sad, guys. Come on. You guys gotta be better than that. Anyways, I will. You know what? Let's see here. Look at this stupid bitch. Pardon my language. I don't. Oh man. I don't want to. You know what? I'll take it. I'm gonna move away without disengaging.
Okay, opportunity attack on you. That is going to be a 17
Yes,
to hit.
sir. That does hit.
Okay, so as you run away, this rusty, damaged scimitar digs into the flesh on your back, tearing more so than slicing. You are going to take only 3 points of damage, however. It's a small tear down
Nice.
near your shoulder blade.
I'll take that.
Oh,
And like, I'll do the thing basically where you're running back, you propel yourself forwards with like a long leap, and then you turn around and fire
Okay,
all at the same time.
very cool looking. Roll to hit for me.
Very cool looking, yeah. That is a 15.
Is a hit.
And I'm gonna roll my other attack as it is real quick. I knock
Oh.
2 arrows at once and I let them loose.
Knock 2 arrows at once. Both are hits.
That is really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and use Piercer on that to reroll the damage for the bow. I just, let me see here. Yeah. Actually, no. That was, I'm good. Sorry about that. Yeah. So it's 6 damage. He's not marked yet. There we
Okay,
go.
so that's a total of 18 damage, which is enough as you knock 2 arrows, they fly forward and go into the eye holes of the skeleton, straight out the back of its skull, sending shots of bone to the floor. The skeleton just for a second before crumbling backwards. Definitely
And then I
dead.
will use my bonus action to mark my Slayer's Prey as this skeleton over here.
Okay. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Kishore, as your skeletons land around you and Lugos is the first to engage, and in the distance you hear this of gunpowder exploding for the first time in your life. What do you wish to do?
With that overwhelming noise ringing in my ears, I decide to play louder than that. I see Leocast, right? He's within my range of sight.
Yes, Leocast would be within your range of sight.
All right, well, for my turn, I am going to basically play the opening riff of Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Haste on Leocast.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm going to bonus action Inspire Maverick.
Okay. So, any movement, or will that be your turn?
I will move. I'll move 2 spaces down, away from the skeletons if possible.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll
So,
just start ripping on Trigger as I just start riffing out.
you immediately go for the one very powerful survival instinct you have, which is playing Trigger. And as you do so, the sparks slowly begin to build in the chamber, traveling up and down the fretboard, but not quite reached a peak yet. But you can. That is your turn. Brings us to the turn of Leocast, who has a sudden burst of energy over him. Getting magically hastened by some means.
Yes.
Do you
Sorry, I'm
do you
trying to.
need Do you need me to count back what that does for you, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, so luckily, with the haste spell, your AC increases by 2, your movement speed doubles, you have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you get an additional action at your turn that can be used to attack with a weapon attack, a dash, a disengage, or a hide, or use object. Did you get all that?
Haste is really good.
Haste is really good.
Very, very good. That +2 to AC makes him a fiend.
Yes.
AC of 21 with Haste.
It's all up to you now, friend.
Is he trying to figure out how to move his token? I don't know what he's trying to do.
Logan. I think he's just
Oh, my mic
calculating.
was on mute this whole time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was trying to figure out how to move to 30 feet.
You can move 60 feet. I don't know if you could have heard all that.
Oh. Well,
If your
then.
movement speed is doubled, and you get an additional action.
All right, then I guess I'll just attack this skeleton right here with the serpent spear.
Okay, roll to hit for me.
Yes, sir, Mr. DM. You.
Definitely a hit. Roll damage.
Yay! Sorry, it's been so long.
No, it's fine. I feel like Lakehouse of Haste is bad news for everyone. It's just gonna be
Why?
massacring
It certainly
any
is.
enemy. No one will stand a
Yeah,
chance. Whoa!
What? What?
Oh, whoopsie. Oops.
What the hell was all those dice?
1d6 plus 51 d8s.
Oops. Sorry.
It'll be it'll be 1d6 plus 5.
Yep, and then the poison.
Unfortunately, as skeletons, they will be immune to the
Oh.
poison.
Then I'll just do 1d6. Perfect. And then I'll attack again.
6
quickly.
damage,
Sorry about
okay.
that.
Roll for a second. No, it's fine. Okay, roll for your second hit. That's another hit.
Yay.
Are we sure Leocast doesn't have superior critical?
I don't know, actually. I think I do if I have him hexed. That's
Oh
if
yeah,
I
you don't have them. Yeah, you don't have them hexed. Or what? Hexblade's curse.
Yeah.
Okay,
More
I
min
weigh
damage. Ah, unfortunate.
another
You're gonna hit
6.
him again though.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
guess I'll just end my turn.
the first two attacks, you kind of rush forward with a spear, head straight into a ribcage, twist, tear it out, do some very Oberyn Martell moves as you kind of spin it over your head, slice to the neck, but as you go, your spear kind of gets caught on the spine, and you have to pull back. So your attacks aren't doing as much as you wish, but you do have a bird attack, I believe.
Oh.
Hasted.
Hasted, yeah.
Oh.
You get one additional attack on your turn.
So you kind of, your spear's jammed in, and yet you pull out for your third attack.
Is it one additional attack or is it one additional action?
You get one additional action, but it specifies you can have one more attack if you
Oh, that's
attack
plus.
with
That's
special
plus
action.
Add 8 to that.
Okay, so we'll
Sure.
if you add 8 to that, that is unfortunately
12.
just short of hitting. As you pull the spear, twist it, and go to slice kind of downwards through a ribcage again. But as you do so, this skeleton is terribly hurt. You actually see as its femur snaps just whilst it stood and topples backwards just as you go and slice. It is saved by luck itself. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, brings us to a turn of Adfir, who is immediately gonna rush up next to Zilrona. Sure, he pushes past you. I see he immediately goes. He kind of grabs Zilrona around the shoulders, and he just turns and says, "Sister." He kind of looks through my eye. Here, go to his head. Below deck now. That is all he's gonna do.
That
And
might hurt.
Yeah, you should be on full hit points. This skeleton's gonna come around the side, make an attack against Lakeass. That actually is a hit. Wow, it's a 22. Now,
Oh, yep, that hit.
oh, that is fallen on the floor. Count as per the dice rolls. That is 7 hit points of slashing damage. As you're kind of focusing on this one skeleton, this one comes down the side. Its scimitar kind of by its waist, and it violently lurches forward, drawing it forward, and you get a horrible nick just across your face from a rusty blade. And it's skeleton's turn. Maverick, you're up.
Yeah, I'll take Purifier and attack the one in front of me.
Okay, what's hit for me?
Oh, that's a... Oh, I'll use my Bardic Inspiration, that's right. Total of 17.
Definite hit. And there's no way you cannot kill the skeleton, as 1 hit point left. So how would you like that to kill the skeleton?
Crush the skull vertically.
Oh god.
So
Okay.
into the top of its
Oh
cranium.
my god.
So you bring Purify round in this furious hit. The skull just crumples down. You think you see a bit of old brain matter from a long time ago just leak out as you smash it downwards, and you notice Purify actually begins to burn the bone slightly as you tear into it, but you slice the blade out. Right. I assume you're moving up for a second attack on the living skeleton.
Let's see. Bonus action. No, I don't think I want to action surge.
Okay.
I will kind of just stay right here.
Okay, kind of moving up into a defensive position to protect everyone. I respect that. Okay. Brings us to the top of the round, and with that, once again you hear cannon fire in the distance. It seems they have a rapid approach method going on, and another 4 skeletons are going to appear. 1 lands at the front, 1
Hell
lands
yeah.
to the rear.
Call
1
of Duty
lands
zombie waves, let's go.
and 1 lands over there. Okay, so as another 4 skeletons smash into the deck, you notice they seem to provide 6 skeletons, but 1 hits the cannon and just shatters, and 1 hits the mast sideways on and wraps around it, and the bones go flying past you, straight into the ocean.
Oh no, you're rolling a d6 every round. Oh no.
Right, Roundhead is the first to go, and he just loads more scraps. He actually picks up a few kind of bone fragments off the floor, loads them in, and just goes... fires his blunderbuss again. Natural 3 to hit, and as he goes to fire, it doesn't work. Kind of looks... No idea what is happening there with Roundhead. Joy,
Oh no, he misfired.
Joy is gonna move forward and go for a rapier strike. Luckily, if she hits, she will have her sneak attack bonus.
Sneak attack.
It's gonna go for a rapier strike. Natural 18, that's a 26 to hit. Definite. 1d8 plus 5. That's gonna be 7 damage plus sneak attack, which for her is 3d6. 7 plus 2 plus 6. Okay. 21 points of damage. As she moves up from out of nowhere. Draws a rapier straight through. You see, the rapier doesn't do damage, so to speak, as it goes straight into the spinal column at the back, and like a precisely placed medical syringe, a bit spinal fluid just leaks out as the skeleton just looks, crumples into a pile of bone on the floor. Is the turn of Niles, who at this point decides it is best to stop piloting the boat for the moment and do some fighting. So he is going to move up. You see, for the first time, he draws his sword, which seems to be of military make, but very old. And he is going to make 2 attacks against the skeleton in front of him. Yeah, he has multi-attack. That's a natural 1. Natural 1. But my second attack
You
does
said
hit.
it's so boastful for it to fall flat.
Yeah, he has multi a natural 1. Anyway, the first attack brings it straight down, right into the deck of his ship, and he just goes, oh, that's gonna stain. Pulls it out, goes for a second attack, and he does hit. And he deals 1d6 plus 3, deals 4 slashing damage, and that's all he's gonna do against the skeleton. And just Niles,
We're in
you
the astral sea, and he's complaining about his ship stinging.
That's a nice ship. Right,
It
okay.
is a pretty nice ship.
It's the turn of Zilrona, who is immediately going to climb over these rowboats. And gonna go to head below deck. Can't make it all the way there, but moves to a trapdoor and begins to open it. Lugos, you're up. Sure, you're on deck.
I'll return my attention to Niles, and I'll tell him, you know,
Hurry up and hop back on the wheel. I'll make sure that none of them reach you.
and I'll knock some arrows, and I'll shoot an arrow at this guy here.
Okay.
Let me see here. I should have used my piercer feat last time. 16? No, it's 19.
19 hits.
There you go. Roll the damage, baby.
9
Okay.
damage. That is exactly
14.
the amount you need.
Yeah. 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay, how do you want the skeleton that Nels is fighting with to be dispatched off?
I should shoot it in its like darkened eye socket, and I just want the skull to like fragment, basically.
Okay. As Nels is kind of fighting it, his blade bouncing off it. There's this moment where he looks and he hears this arrow coming, and he moves to the side as there's just this shower of bone fragment that fires past him. Unfortunately, your arrow is taken as well, and it fires into the water behind him.
I'll make sure to keep you covered. Hop back on the wheel, Captain.
Can I use my bonus action to shift my Hunter's Slayer's Prey over to here, and then I'll use my second attack?
I'd say so, yeah.
Hell yeah. That
Definitely hit. Roll
is
damage
a
for me.
29. Nice.
You all thought I'd throw difficult encounters at you. Just,
I get the Slayer's Prey damage this time for 14.
how would you like to kill this second beast?
Very much the same thing, basically. I'm just like
Straight
going for
into head
headshots.
again?
Like
Okay.
clean headshots, yeah.
Again, straight into the base of the skull as it comes towards Roundhead. That arrow, luckily this time, it's a pretty fake skull skeleton, this one. It hits it, kind of bends and falls to the floor, maybe snapped, as the skeleton just... And as it falls to the floor, Roundhead takes initiative and just stamps on its skull to turn it into pure
yeah.
dust. Right. Is that your turn?
Let's see here. What does the surrounding look like? There's no crow's nest on the ship, right?
There is no crow's nest now.
Is there like a cool rope to hang off of or something? I don't know.
There's a few ropes, yeah. You could try climbing up them.
I'll just hop up on this canoe.
Okay, hopping up on
That's
one
my
of the
turn.
escape boats. Sure. You're up.
Yeah.
All right. Skeleton in front of me. Have I noticed him get damaged yet?
He looks to be completely okay. He hasn't been hit once.
Fuck. Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm gonna take my action to disengage,
Nice.
and I'm gonna back the fuck away from him towards Leocast, who, you know, can actually stab this thing.
Okay. I assume your entire movement, or just a bit?
Yep. But however far I can get without.
Or
Getting
way,
stabbed.
or way over there if you'd like.
No. To the
Yeah.
right of Leocast. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm gonna continue concentration. Haste for Leocast. And yeah, that was my action. I don't want to do another bonus act. Does anybody need an inspiration?
We might be okay for now.
Okay, then I guess that'll end my turn.
Okay. Wonderful. Brings us to return of Leargas.
Spencer, I got a question. Are these
Yes.
skeletons leaving bodies as they die?
Just crumples of bone on the floor.
Would corpse bomb work?
And they're not corpses.
I used to use
Because corpses and skeletons are specifically labeled separately, and
Yeah.
I guess we gotta make a corpse. Maverick, come over here.
I think you need flesh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I'm going to Eldritch Blast this skeleton right over here.
Eldritch
In front of me.
Blast. Okay, I'll hit me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
All right. I'm gonna go back to good old just.
You can use your extra action to run up and just stab him.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, so you extend your hand and this green blast of energy kind of just fires off into the distance, kind of ajar. But you're running up to stab him. Okay. That's a hit.
Yay!
Okay, roll damage for me.
My cat fucks. Oh, oopsie.
$11 damage. Nice. So after firing this blast and it goes slightly ajar, you immediately rush forward, you grab your spear, and stab the skeleton in kind of the lower chin. Unfortunately, the blade isn't perfectly straight, otherwise it might have killed it straight off, but even at this ajar angle, it goes straight for the lower jaw and comes out right at the top of the head as you just twist it in and then twist and pull out. The skeleton kind of looks, its jaw unhinges and hangs off to one side. As its chattering teeth just kind of... Is that your turn?
Any bonus actions I can do? Yeah, I guess that'll be on the end of my turn.
Okay. So that brings us to the turn of Adfir, who, upon seeing Kishore rush away from the skeleton, will just shout, "Bard!" And then he is going to rush in to try and actually kill the skeleton. That's a hit. And as he pulls out his rapier, he is going to do a decent amount of damage. 6 damage as he goes straight into a rib, kind of looks, you're not exactly human, are you? And that is his turn. Maverick, you're up.
All right. I'll turn over my shoulder. I'll point Purifier. I'll cast an Eldritch Blast out of it at the skeleton that Advir's fighting.
Okay. That's it for me.
$16.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Max damage, 13 force.
Okay. And as Adfir kind of sinks his rapier into the bone, but it kind of bends and scratches off, not doing much. Oh, you're not exactly human, are you? There's this from next to him. As you turn, you point Purifier and fire this golden blast of energy off. It immediately hits the skeleton in the ribcage, forming into a ball of energy, scattering its bones into the water by the side of the ship. Decimated.
I will run up here, action surge, and swipe at the skeleton with the normal attack.
Almost managed to clear the skeleton of threat.
Damn, that's a nat 9. Alright, no, never mind, that won't work.
So you rush up,
Maybe I should've kept
swipe with
taking
Purifier.
inspiration
The skeleton just kind of ducks under. Okay,
And that's it.
that's your turn, which brings us back to the top of combat, and you all know what top of combat round means. It means you get fun things. Very fun things in the form of more skeletons. Only 2 more this turn. But as
Just like, yeah, they don't look like they're gonna sink your ship or anything. But they are gonna attack. Yeah.
Like CFE, Spencer, get down below deck.
you see as in the distance, more cannons are fired, and the first to land, 2 skeletons. And actually, upon close inspection, you notice it's only 1 skeleton. In fact, one of these figures seems to be different from the rest. As you look, it's an exposed mass of moving tendons and muscles adorned in a tattered military uniform, half the body burned and charred. And as soon as this creature lands,
skeleton.
the remaining skeletons all kind of look towards this figure as it rises in a horrifyingly humanoid way, stretches off, and this large ghoul-like tongue comes out of its warped, twisted facial features.
Yucky.
It projects a voice out.
Your vessel is trespassing in these waters. Surrender for boarding, and you may have the first mate's word. You will not be harmed.
And you see as he turns, he looks Niles in the eyes. The tongue kind of comes around and licks his face.
Do we have an accord?
Niles kind of turns. Immediately, he just looks to the rest of you. He's never been in this kind of situation. He sees if he can make eye contact with kind of Kishore in particular. Kind of.
Oh, oops. Oops.
Are we
Kishore,
okay?
do you give it? Do you kind of give any gaze back as Adfi attempts to kind
Yeah,
of meet your
I'm
gaze?
like, do it. Take the fucking deal, please, for the love of God. I'll put my shit down right now.
Then Niles looks towards you as you kind of try and convey this in a gaze.
Fuck
Looks
it.
at
I'll
his
double
scimitar
down.
in his hand.
Do I have enough time to do something? Can I cast message?
I'd say if it's very quick, maybe like under 10 words.
Take the deal.
Okay, definitely under 10 words. He kind of looks, pained for a second as he looks about at his ship, and then he just, ding, his scimitar clatters on the floor.
Alright.
Okay, we'll go on nice and peaceful because we're good people. Okay. See as he kind of steps back to one side as this horrible ghoul kind of looks.
Very good.
And around you, more and more skeletons land, maybe 7 or 8, and a few of them form up on him like a guard as they escort him to the main wheel. Skeletons kind of come around the rest of you, kind of approach, extend a single hand, seeming to be gesturing for your weapons as they approach.
I don't want to give them my weapons, dude. This is my new bow, dude. I can't. I'm looking to see what everybody else is doing.
I just sling my guitar back over my shoulder, I take my crossbow and my dagger out, and I hand them over.
Okay.
I am my own weapon. I need not.
Kashaw's only a bit of a bitch, though.
Hey. I don't know if you didn't notice the giant undead ship that's literally made of these fucking things. They could wear us down or blow up the ship, and they wouldn't give a fuck.
Exactly why they'd take our weapons.
Jesus Christ. Sorry,
Are you-
I'm using my +1 intelligence here.
Lugos, are you handing over your weapons?
No.
Okay. You hold onto your stuff, the skeleton's head kind of tilts, and it just twists 180 degrees on its body to make direct
I
eye
swing my
contact
bow
with its
over
captain.
my shoulder.
The captain's head kind of twists, its long tongue again kind of slithering around its face.
I'll stand down for now, but I'm not giving you my weapons. You're going to have to deal with it.
Oh, that's fine, boy. I know used to you anyway.
And you see, as he raises a hand and twists it, what bones that are left on the ship begin to reform back into the skeletons you previously killed.
We are in control here.
And you see as the ghoul approaches the helm and begins to run its large black claw-like fingers over it.
We're fucked.
You see as Niles kind of looks a bit uncomfortable and he kind of just approaches the ghoul.
If you damage her, I'll kill you.
Ghoul kind of turns.
How joyous.
Grabs the helm with both hands and there's this very sudden, very expertly piloted as the ship kicks into full gear. Begins to sharply turn as you are directed towards the stall. As you are put on this course, this ghoul comes down, straightens out its military uniform, kind of glares into all of you.
I trust you're enjoying your trip so far.
What's your objective here?
Oh, 5-star inn, of course.
We like visitors, my friend, and you are a very esteemed guest as of late.
Oh, and you want my weapon then? Take it, and I'll just toss Purifier over to across the ship towards that ghoulish figure.
The ghoul kind of stands back and lets Purifier clatter to the floor.
We don't care about your weapons, boy. You kill us and we're back by the time the moon is high.
What is it do you want
So-
from us then?
And I snap it, and it just disappears.
Yeah, just evaporates
Yeah,
from the
just
floor.
like you want it so bad, take it. And if I was totally gonna pull a 180 on him, is if he goes to catch it, I'd just summon it, and I'm like, guess you weren't fast enough.
Should've been quicker than that.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. Soulbound weapons, what are you gonna do?
Rip
I
your
guess I
soul
got
out of your
hold on
body
my
and then
fucking
make sure
spear.
that-
Can I
So
buy
what
that?
is it that you want us for anyways?
Nothing in particular, really. We just like
Or
to
would you
have
mind
guests.
being on your way because we got a place to be, we got places to be, we got things to do.
Oh, don't
People to
worry.
murder, you know.
Time will not pass much for you here. You can spend 1,000 years here and still make whatever deadline you have.
Cool.
Of course, Leo Koss is like, oh, nice, yeah. Fucking vampiric creature of the night. Leo Koss is vibing.
So,
Finally, these are my people.
where are you taking us?
I'd imagine to the giant ship over there.
She's a
you guys gonna
beauty, isn't
feast on
she?
us?
Oh
You guys
no.
gonna like eat us?
How uncivilized. We are men of the army and the navy.
Wait,
We
you're
like
a
to
man?
uphold traditions. You may have been dead for a few millennia. It doesn't mean we can't be noble as always.
If you weren't trying to kill us, why'd you stick your skeletons on us?
If we were trying to kill you,
There wouldn't be a boat.
exactly, the next thing to be hurled from those 400 cannons would be chunks of iron. Iron which would tear you to gore and viscera.
Did you just say 400?
Yeah, you have two on either side.
Is he
There.
a galleon? Jesus.
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than a galleon if
It
it's
would
400.
dwarf any ship you put inside of it. It's stuff of myth.
Oh my god.
We gotta steal their
You can
ship.
park galleons inside of the ship.
Essentially, yeah.
So, do you guys have like a merchant on your ship by any chance?
These are astral space pirates.
Yes.
The
love it, I love
merchants. We've come across one or two. We haven't made quite good friends, though. We're all a bit tough.
You see the smile come across his face to expose these fangs.
Well, if I might be so candid, first mate?
First mate, yes. Senric. Lieutenant Senric.
Oh well, Lieutenant Senric, despite the circumstances, I must say, we're almost happy to see a ship so fine and
Kiss ass.
sure. If you're not willing to parlay with the right people, you're not going to get to Lugos.
Do we
mean, you
have
could
the? Did? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I just remembered
You can
something.
take your chances with the 400 cannons if you'd like. See how well that goes for you.
Lucas just rolls his eyes.
Right. Well,
I'm going to recover any arrows I can get.
You can. I'd say you can recover 2. 2 before you fired.
Thank you.
Do we have Daymar the Molten's cannon hand?
No, you left it. It was
No, we never took
burning
it.
in a pool of lava.
Fair enough. So they should only have 399 fuckers.
At this
So-
point, you see us kind of roundhead and Niles approach from a helm of a ship and kind of just stand with arms crossed, both in the exact same pose and both looking very grumpy. They just kind of stare down this ghoul.
So where's your captain at?
The Great Lord is on the ship. He's expecting your arrival. Expect you make yourself pretty.
I don't look pretty already.
Oh,
and that's when
No,
my hit
just-
spell wears off.
No.
Is he as charming as you are?
is he as what?
Is your captain as charming as you are?
Or ugly.
Did you ever hear the story of Mistal when you were a young boy?
Have I?
Make a history check.
Sure.
I'm average.
19.
19. Oh,
I
you have.
already do.
Yeah. I'll say you're somewhat foggy on it, but you were told that as a boy. Vestal was the figurehead of Vecna's forces thousands of years ago. It was unmatched on the sea, and it was led by a particular admiral known as High Admiral Weimar von Blucher. And he was a nasty piece of work, and throughout his career he got more and more evil, until his kind of epitome of evil was to besiege a city. He used magic to create a plague, which only killed the young and the elderly, and he sent that into the city, killed all the kids, killed all the elderly, destroyed the morale of the people, went in and hung, drew, and quartered every single person as a show of force. That is the admiral, you assume.
Stall, do you mean the ship of Vecna? Led by, what was his name again?
Weimar von Blucher. Very
Led
stereotypical
by
name.
Weimar von Blucher. That same ship.
Oh yes, and one day the Lord Vecna will come and free us from our prison.
So you're servants of Vecna. You're still loyal to him.
What do you guys feel
wouldn't
about Talona?
understand. Talona?
Yeah.
He served Vecna in the war.
Now, would I get like special treatment since, you know, I also serve Talona here?
Make a persuasion check.
You bitch, Logan.
Leah Cass. Do I get special treatment? Ghoul. No.
Persuasion.
Maybe.
+2.
What, they're gonna
No, no.
roll off the royal skeleton carpet for you or something?
Yes, it's just literal rib bones
Fancy.
splayed out.
Oh, on 30-20.
You see the ghoul kind of looks at you and smiles.
Well, of course. For it was the servants of Talona who made the plague.
Don't worry, guys, you're alright.
Are
No,
you
we're
fucking
not.
serious?
The last time we were all right, we thought you died. It's fine.
But I didn't die, did I?
That's such a burn.
Which one of you is in charge here?
Kind of looks
Maverick.
at your entire crew.
We're kind of a free enterprise and crew. I don't think there's any one particular leader.
Niles
Except
kind
for
of
Lugos, of
speaks
course.
up from the side and says, "Well, as far as I'm concerned, when we're on my ship, I'm the leader."
All right, well, we're on your ship, Captain, but now that we are on the purview of these fine undead gentlemen, I don't really think... Well, I mean, I guess we're still under your call.
We're still on the ship, technically.
But as soon as we get off the ship, then I guess we're responsible for ourselves. It's a nautical time treatise is of the most interesting things because it's kind of superstitious.
That's fair enough. But I'm sure we'll be just fine. As I said when we arrived here, me and Roundhead will figure this all out. It'll be to a destination in no time at all, son.
He winks.
All right, and that works for us. So,
Okay, I
guess-
believe you.
I guess we should begin boarding the stall then.
You're still about 100 meters or so off, slowly approaching.
Kind of aware what they're gonna do to
You,
me now. Maybe I should.
you've
Oh, shit.
noticed throughout this entire time, the lieutenant has been actually piloting the ship, so he's been talking with you whilst focusing concentration on part, which is decently impressive. It shows he's got a decent bit of intellect behind him. But oh, I
So,
see.
Lieutenant, tell me more about the stall. I mean, stories only do so much, but I like actual history.
There's, as you say this, you see there's kind of a tendon that runs from a temple to the jaw that kind of tenses and twitches, pulling a bit of skin to one side. This kind of turns and looks to you.
How about the guided tour?
Well, specifications are better told than seen, but I'll guess we're taking the guided tour.
We're taking the guided tour.
He leans in
Guided
real
tour.
close. And as this is happening, Maverick, you're kind of opposite kind of Adfir in the semicircle you've made. And you see as Adfir makes direct eye contact with you, and he does the general signal which everyone knows for kind of, can I talk to you over there? He kind of goes. To gesture to kind of just anywhere other than this semicircle.
I'll shimmy away.
Kind of brings you to one side of the ship, and it's obviously looks pretty stressed. This last day has aged him a few years. Kind of runs his hand for his kind of medium length brown hair. Look, I don't claim to have an idea what's going on. All I know is my sister and I have no reason in being part of this. I don't like this, and make no mistake, if it comes down to it, I will protect her over any of you. But I need to know that you and your friends here won't do anything rash that will risk any more danger to her.
Everyone else's safety is my primary concerns at this moment. You'll have my word.
Alright. I'm going to hold you to that. If anything happens to her, I'm aware I probably can't hurt you, but... yeah.
I'll stare at you very angrily for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be very angry. I'd be very ingy.
I'll make lots of
Angie.
passive-aggressive comments towards you at every chance I get.
Yes. Yeah, so I will speak nothing but undercoming behind your back.
Right, thank you. You see as he heads towards the main group. Seems to just be a guy insistent on protecting his younger sister. Hashtag relatable, am I right? Anyway,
No.
That's-
Hashtag relatable.
as for Stahl comes
Spencer
into
can
view.
make anything sound out of date when he says it like that.
It's my superpower. Like it's like a dab, you know. It's
Hashtag relatable.
as for Stahl comes into full view, you see the full length of this boat. It's maybe 500 meters long. Ridiculous. You see there's various holes in it. There's rotted metal, it's broken away, and you see just skeleton crew tending to their tasks, hundreds of them, maybe close to 1,000 skeletons going about their business in this colossal vessel. And as the Mayfly parked alongside it, you are simply a speck. A few ropes and harpoons are taken from the side and lashed around exposed pillars of iron. This, famously, was the first ironclad ship ever made, and really the only ironclad ship ever made. It's wrapped along the side, and you are pulled into dock. A small gangplank is displayed out on the front, And you see as the ghoul kind of jumps up, he extends both arms and does a horrible stretch. You see he seems to be double jointed everywhere, just
Ah, home sweet home.
he approaches down into the underbelly of a ship, which immediately smells of just decay, rot, and rust.
Lugos, it smells like you down here.
Fuck off.
Just a small feck off.
Right,
Very.
adventurers, traders, or whatever you may be. We've got a little bit of a journey
I like to think of
ahead
myself as an
us.
entrepreneur.
Well, entrepreneur. Follow us
Of
up.
course, Leo Cost would like this place. It has him written all over it.
Maybe you can all stay and get settled in a while. But for now, we will head to the middle deck. There's something there you must see.
How far is the middle deck?
6 decks above this one. Come on, off you trot.
And you see as he stands and gestures to the stairs, which, by the way, are as in the state of disrepair as the rest of the ship. There's various steps you kind of have to do 2 steps over, or you'll fall. So I assume you're all.
That's fun.
I assume you're all heading up.
Yeah.
Anything in particular you would like to do, or any communication on the way up, or are you just heading straight for middle deck? Straight
I'm
for middle
fine,
deck?
Anybody else want to do anything?
There's not much we can do other than be coddled along by these skeletons and evil people.
I'm gonna walk next to Kashaw, or like behind him, so.
Okay.
I got a connection with Kashaw now.
You
I'm
become
trying to
lesser
get a good
friends.
bearing on our surroundings to see if there's like, I don't know, a possible escape. If there's like a need to escape.
You
look
need
around.
to escape.
If there's a
I mean, isn't there holes in like the entire side of the boat? Can we just jump out?
If you
Yeah,
really
into
wanted
the
to escape,
astral
you could
fucking
literally
sea.
just jump out, yeah,
Hell
into the
yeah.
astral sea. Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? An astral dragon?
Do they have like ballistas or harpoons?
Not from what you've seen so far, I will say. You've essentially just been taken into a storage area what has long been disused and up some stairs. Not to any weapon storage areas.
I would just shoot myself out of a cannon like and see if these.
Just shoot myself.
Run away!
it's not that kind of cannon, bud.
Listen, you can do anything. You put your heart to.
I mean, you can, but should you?
No, probably not, but let's do it anyway.
Okay.
I guess I'm just begrudgingly marching along at the behest of this vampire ghoul.
I think it's pretty cool.
Of course you do.
Kiss ass.
Future love and trust?
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
It's got that
Alright.
tongue.
Hey, you got that tongue to get all kinds of places.
What's that tongue game like?
Anyways,
Right.
Alright, if that was in character, he's getting punched.
No, it wasn't.
Alright,
What was it?
Alright.
alright, I punched.
Oh,
So,
no.
you are
I can
buried up
sense you
the
having impure
staircase,
thoughts, I just punched him.
walking up and up and up. And as you get further up, luckily it becomes less humid, but it's still uncomfortable. As you slowly head up this horrible decrepit form. Soon enough you hear just a general noise above you. It's not human talking, it's chattering and slow movement. And as you arrive on the mid-deck, a single wooden door is in front of you, which is then opened by a skeleton, and you're all ferried out into a large, the best I would describe it is a atrium area, a few 100 feet long, maybe 30 feet tall, with a single balcony overlooking this large area. And as you arrive, you glance to the right to the main space of the atrium, and you see hundreds of skeletal figures stand in regimented formation, armed and armored in their once military uniforms, their gazes are fixed forwards. Their ribs rattle with heavy, cold, undead breathing, and various marine life inhabits their form. You see one particular skeleton has a small eel slithering from rib to rib, with some urchins affixed. A small army of damned sailors, by the looks of it. Unless you are buried in front of them. Cedric kind of comes and he says,
So, like what you see?
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
You're not normal, are you?
Leocaus's heart has been hurt.
but he doesn't actually say that, he just kind of turns and goes,
Is that a word we've started using on the outside? We'll say
Like
rather...
is a sort of strong word. Perhaps respect, maybe. That is about the best you'll get out of it, I think. Not every day you get taken prisoner by ghouls and skeletons.
Look, prisoner is a strong word. You're more of our esteemed guests.
Alright, well, I'd like to excuse myself. Goodbye.
Okay. But not yet.
Okay.
Imagine he was just like, okay, and they just let you leave.
He stops dead in his tracks. He like holds up and he's like, that was exactly what I mean right there. Alright.
You are free to leave after our welcoming party.
Well, what's going to happen during this welcoming party?
Somebody's telling me there's going to be drinks.
Wine. Celebrations.
Will there
What
be
sort of
women?
wine do skeletons drink?
Bone marrow.
That's not wine, that's bone marrow.
Bone marrow wine.
Jesus Christ.
I hate this guy.
But still bone marrow.
The last prisoners we took were easier.
We're gonna know this guy to death where he just kicks us off his boat.
Line up in front of a legion.
I suppose we don't really have much of a choice now, do we? I line up, I start lining up or whatever.
okay. Niles, Roundhead, Adfear, and Zilrona all also line up. Wow, that's a lot of NPCs.
Make sure to also stand next to Advir.
Okay. Roundhead and Niles will stand next to Kishore. Kishore, you notice Roundhead is still kind of fiddling with this large kind of iron blunderbuss tube he has. It's very rudimentary and he's kind of just shaking it. And after a while, he kind of hits it really hard and just bits of bone and metal just go firing all over the floor. He kind of looks around. Slightly embarrassed as all the skeletons in turn just twist their heads towards him.
I just give a thumbs up.
As you all stand there, Niles kind of just repeats under his breath, "This is all going to be completely fine. All completely fine. I've been in this situation plenty of times before. Completely fine, completely fine, completely fine."
Make it till you make it.
But as you all say this, you hear heavy footsteps coming from a wooden door behind a balcony. A heavy set double wooden door. Dum, 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 down the hallway until the door is opened. A few skeletons fan out, and then you see a figure. You see a man in full ceremonial dress with thinly pulled facial features and a large flat nose. He isn't decayed one bit, unlike the rest of his crew, just severely aged with waxy parchment-like skin stretched thin, almost translucent over old bones. You see he wears a tricorn hat, and a wiry black beard extends down his face. But his face is odd. Where two eyes would normally sit, there is nothing but two shining golden medals. And as a hand is raised to address the skeletons, you realize from the palm of his hands what appears to be deep wrinkles at first, crusted and aged eyes slowly appear. As he raises a hand to address everyone, it kind of darts out.
I don't like this anymore.
It's like
Yes.
Pan's Labyrinth. I hate it.
I know.
You see his mouth stretch open to real blackened, horrible teeth.
As I always said, more would be found, and here they are.
You see his eyes in his hands look straight down towards you. He slowly begins to come down the stairs.
More new brothers and sisters in our midst. Rejoice, men, for I have spoken in the gods and delivered us a great.
And at this point, he has reached the bottom, and Maverick, unfortunately, you're the first one he sees. He goes straight towards you. He runs his hand, and you can kind of feel that eyelashes of the eye moving on the side of your cheeks. He runs it on your cheek.
Oh.
Give. Senric, old friend, you have done well. Well, Vasia stumbled in, and what more could we do than acquire them for the collection?
I mean, this is bullshit.
You see, as the figure turns, takes off a tricorn hat.
Would anyone care to wear my hat? My head's getting a bit itchy.
Walks over, and he goes to try and see who looks the most visibly uncomfortable at this point. Can I ask how you, if any of you are looking visibly uncomfortable, just in character?
Kashaw needs a new hat.
Yeah, I'm
No,
looking
Kishore needs a new
visibly,
hat.
like, very annoyed and
Actually, no.
uncomfortable.
That is a good point. Kishore is wearing a hat. He walks over to Kishore,
Yeah.
he takes off Kishore's hat, puts his
that's
on,
my hat.
and puts on your tricorn hat, and from a tricorn hat, you just get a horrible kind of saggy kind of water, just kind of, and this old salt water drips down over your face as a piece of seaweed lonks down against your cheek.
Oh, it suits you.
Are you alright, Kashaw?
No, just fine.
Oh, he hurt me in
Peaches
the
and
worst way
cream.
possible.
Yeah, I say peaches and cream as I try to prestidigitate the smell of peaches and cream from the hat.
While you're asking if he's alright, aren't you fanboying over here, Riokos? You should be giddy, brimming with excitement at your new best friends.
This person's
Tunic.
head immediately just twists horribly as it sees Lugos talking, and approaches up to him. Runs a finger across kind of his nose, a long black rotted
I'll
fingernail.
like bend away from him to.
He just insists. Just
Ah,
I'm
you
like going
do.
full 90 degrees to like.
and after he's done that, he turns immediately
Holy fuck.
to Leokas next to him, kind of pokes you around again with his long rotted black fingernails, inspecting you.
Please don't
Somewhat
touch me.
flabby, but you'll
Hey.
do.
I don't want. Well, I was told we were esteemed guests, and being an esteemed guest, I'd actually like to go.
Esteemed guests usually only talk when they're spoken to.
I'm VIP then.
Not yet, you aren't.
Bastard.
Goes down further, looks Maverick straight in the eye.
Good teeth. I could use some of those.
She forces his hand into your mouth and begins to kind of inspect your
Oh.
teeth.
Oh,
How's it taste, Maverick?
I
Mold.
bite down.
You bite down. Okay. Immediately, your teeth dig into his flesh and tear it. There's a bit of kind of blood and pus that goes into your mouth as he pulls his hand out.
Oh, we've got some fighters.
And you look as the wound just sews itself up. Well, and as he kind of inspects you all, it kind of goes,
What are all these over your little arms?
he gestures to the tally marks which cover you.
fun little game we played on the way here.
I like games. Would you like to inform me about what the game is, son?
I got an idea. How's about play you for my hat back.
You mean this? Sorry, this is my hat now.
Ah, well, I'll play you for your hat then, Cap.
You're wearing my hat.
Oh, they're
You
both
see,
yours.
When you're here, everything's mine, including all of you.
You see his gaze just fixes over all of you.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Well then, how's about I play you for the privilege of allowing you to switch hats once more? I make a much better hat rack that way.
I like the idea, but we will do so tonight, when you dine with me in my private quarters. All of you esteemed guests always dine with the captain on the first night.
Well,
We've
what are
been
we
saving food for a while.
I'm afraid I don't want to know what we're eating.
None of you, not yet anyways.
And he goes, and he's just walking up and down at this point. And he kind of stops next to Joy. Kind of, his head just turns 90 degrees. You think you hear a snap of the spine as he looks.
Creepy.
His long, wiry beard he kind of twists it in his finger as, again, he just has medallions for eyes. So he's looking with the palm of his hand, kind of searching around like this.
I hate it.
Looks at Joy and kind of moves real close.
No.
You see his nose turn up as he seems to sniff her. He goes,
I hate it.
Who's your father, girl?
see Joy has no response to this. She's just like, I don't know, they died when I was young. He actually takes one of his thumb and slices her cheek open, just with the sharpness of his long rotten black nails. Takes a bit of the blood and his long he has a long tongue like his girlfriend. And he,
You know, for a esteemed guest, that's actually quite rude.
Ah, well, I'm sorry. I'm a man of my time, you half-wit. Don't
Hey, you
interrupt
don't
the
want my
captain when he
idiot.
does something. But I think you'll be happy to know your friend here has some very special blood.
and you see as his jowls kind of shake as he says that, like,
Blood.
Richard Nixon.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
It's the same kind of thing, or his cheeks kind of shakes. He says it, kind of.
I love Charleston too.
He kind of turns.
Senric, come here.
Just as him over.
I am so grateful you have brought me these people. This one,
And he gestures straight to Joy.
dream may be our ticket out of this godforsaken place. Assemble the men. In the morning we take a trip to the eternity. You, all of you. Senric will escort you back to your quarters. You dine with me tonight. Look
By
forward to
quarters, do we
seeing
have,
you.
like, bedrooms, or are you guys gonna put us in a jail cell?
You will go back to your ship. There you will spend the evening, you will prepare yourselves, and you arrive, and you will be well dressed and ready for a night of fun and games and acquainting with an old kindred spirit such as myself.
And he leans in really close when he says that.
I must decline that invitation.
Oh, well, that is a shame. You'll just have to have an escort to make sure you do not decline. Henrik,
I have COVID.
make sure the prototype escorts them. Yes, my lord, of course, the prototype will escort him immediately. Good. I will be in my quarters until further notice. Men, return to your quarters. Prepare the skiffs.
You see as he heads back up the stairs, and at the top he does a large bow.
Our pain is finally over.
Heavy wooden door shut behind him. Cynric looks.
Well, what do you all think of the captain?
Rude to say the least.
Pretty ugly.
You're all very charming. But now I must
All as
perform
charming
my
as you.
task of bringing you back to your boat. It is a quaint
Well, I
little
like
vessel,
it.
isn't it? Oh, at least you have sleeping
Such a shame
quarters in
that you're only
yours.
first mate.
And you
You
see
seem a
him.
lot more friendly than him. You might make a good captain yourself one day. I don't know. Just think about it.
You see a moment of just kind of. His gaze shifts away for a second, then looks at him.
I have no interest in being a captain.
Sure, bud. Sure you
He's
don't.
right. I think you'd be a better captain than him, honestly.
Quiet! Spreading insolence.
And you see as he raises his hand, and it's something I cannot whistle with my fingers, but this ghoul raises whistles. It's an echo that goes throughout the entire ship. And you hear from the behind the skeleton legions the heavy sound of iron on iron, and you see some of the legions begin to part this huge skeletal horde. As you see something approach from the back of the ship. You see as Cedric turns to you all.
This was the captain's greatest creation. The concept was stolen by the Emperor to make his sunlight humans. Let it be known that von Blucher made the concept.
And you see as from the skeletal legions, you see a figure, maybe 7'5". It's a skeleton. But it's a skeleton wearing a mass of dark armor. Huge pauldrons and broad shoulders dwarf a skeleton head, which is marked with cracks and drill holes, signs of surgery. From collarbone to toe, the figure is made colossal in form of steel and iron, a hulking greatsword resting on its shoulder. Adorning its armor in various locations, the easily recognizable constellation-like gemstone known as Terra Somnium. It's pure decoration, a particularly large gemstone set in the center. As this figure approaches, it looks down, just dwarfing all of you. It doesn't say a word, its jaw fixed shut. Cynric turns.
Please go with my friend back to your quarters. Prototype. Escort them.
You see as Cynric turns and heads up the stairs. Figure kind of looks down. His greatsword grip tightens. Long.
Just
kind of-
fixated on this gem that's in his chest.
For you, it's a bit more than eye height. But it is definitely Terra Somnium, which is what you use to get into your astral sea in the first place.
And it's what we need to get out.
Anyway, a large arm extends, pointing to the staircase you came for. I take it you all go, or do you stay a bit?
Definitely going back to familiar
Yeah, I
territory.
don't want to be here at all.
I don't want to be.
Okay.
I want to walk side by side with Niles and kind of bump his arm a bit.
Hey kid, how you doing?
Did you see what he has?
Oh, I saw. But I think the bigger problem there is it's a big guy in a big suit of armor. And last I checked, we don't have any, kind of tools that can get that gemstone out of her. Also, as it happens, I don't quite fancy engaging in combat with such a beast.
That just means that there's some more on the ship somewhere.
like you're thinking. Evidently, the smart one of the group. Not the prettiest, though, unfortunately.
I'll take second place on that one.
Are we next to any skeletons?
There's 6 skeletons I saw you. 3 at the back, 3 at the front, and then the prototype is at the back as well.
Are any of the skeletons like wandering around?
A few just on the ship going about their tasks. You see various ones seem to be fixing stuff. You see a really odd thing of a skeleton with a mop just mopping the floor. It's very odd.
All right. I'm gonna like nudge Kashaw and act like I want to act like I tripped over my own foot and touched like a skeleton on the foot, and I want to, what is it? What was that spell? I could cast a spell on it, I think, where I could see through its eyes, but I'd be blinded.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's the gaze of 2 minds.
Yeah.
You can touch a willing creature.
It's
You have to be a willing creature.
damn it.
That's rough, buddy. I'm sorry.
Is it willing? No.
Yes. And you have to use your subsequent actions, basically, quote unquote, like refreshing it to keep it going, but there is no distance on it, so you can just, chill out, be blinded and deafened in a chair, and just look through someone else's eyes all day if you wanted to.
Fair enough. But are you all heading back towards the Mayfly?
Yep.
Okay. Prototype escorts you to the very edge of the stall, decides not to walk across the gangplank because it looks like it would destroy it immediately. It beckons you all back onto a ship. Stares into you and then turns around with a heavy... heads back into the stall. And you are, so as you were, in your ship.
They have the material we're looking for. We just have to find out where this thing keeps its treasure.
Well, I think we're fucked.
Is the creature with us, right? The skeleton.
It left. You are now back on your ship. By yourself.
Alright, we absolutely need to get the fuck out of here right now.
Well,
We need the material to
do
leave
it.
the astral sea.
Oh. Alright, a heist, right?
yeah.
Aye.
But
a
if
heist.
you don't mind my saying, you're consistent back talking to the Red Lord or whatever that is. Probably not a great idea.
Alright, let me fucking lay down and fucking kiss his ass in his little boots. Alright? Talking all sorts of shite about adding us to his collection, and we'll do fine to be a nice addition to his little whatever.
I don't know if you know this, but getting confrontational with every problem you face is the answer to every.
It's not confrontation, I don't want to be there.
Well, insulting.
I don't want to be here, alright?
Clearly, none of us
Ugo,
do.
Relax. We're all in the same boat here. Shh.
Motherfucker.
God damn it.
Motherfucker.
How the fuck did we ever get pulled here in the first place, anyways?
I look over at the captain. Bastard.
It was either that or being swallowed alive by a giant dragon turtle 10 times the size of our ship.
Oh. Oh.
Again,
Honestly, I would have taken my chances with the turtles.
Yeah,
no,
we could cut out of its
we would have
stomach.
been dead as well.
I'm sure we could have reasoned with actual humans and not ethereal undead pirates.
No, the gang that was coming after us don't take prisoners. They destroy ships and salvage what's left. That's their game plan. I don't blame you,
Alright.
Captain, for bringing us here. I just kind of wish we had an out.
Even if we swipe the gem from that guy's torso, those fogs brought us in. I have no idea how to get us out. Who says
You're
we could
saying we
even
can't?
pass through those fogs?
So you're saying we can't just leave the astral sea from this spot in the ocean right here?
No. I took a page out of a book a while ago. You can enter the astral sea at any point you wish. We can only exit the astral sea at certain points, known as cosmos pools. Parts of established trade routes, other stuff like that.
So not only do we have to steal from arguably the most terrifying person we've met so far, we also can't let him know that we stole from him. Or
Did
else
you
he'll
hear
kill us.
what they fucking said? They're servants of Vecna or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they know about us, do you think?
I think they know as much as they want to know, or as much as we tell them. They might be servants to, you know, an evil necromancer person. I don't really know. At least I don't think I do. But either way, I mean, getting
Well,
out of here-
that's what that whole cult is about as well. That we've run into already.
Yes, it's another death cult. Or undeath cult. Something like that.
This is wonderful.
So are we gonna have to turn his little party and fucking eat his skeleton food or whatever?
No,
And act all cheery and be all nice.
no, we can't do any of that. We need to figure out if we can trick him into... Remember how I said trying to play a game?
Boy.
Captain, you said you had the fastest ship ever, right?
Usually, I don't know if you noticed, but things move a bit differently here on the Astral Sea.
Yeah, well, how do we make this ship go faster?
Get the most intelligent person you've ever seen.
Well, I'm decently intelligent. You two are knuckleheads, and I don't know. I think Joy might be the only smart person here. She isn't. Either way, I'm trying to figure out a way to trap him in his own game.
Look, why I said we've got a few hours before it's necessary. I'm gonna go downstairs and do some maintenance, some fixing. I'll see you all around. See, as he heads below deck.
I have a feeling there's an escape route actually quite close by.
Why do you say
What gives
that?
that feeling?
Daemar the Molten had a cannon from the stall. The stall that sank a long time ago, and they say the only way to get out of the astral sea is through a cosmic pool. If Daemar the Molten can get a cannon and get out safely, there must be an exit somewhere near the ship.
And he was an idiot.
Very much so.
What about this whole thing with Joy if she's a key out?
I'm sure it has something to do with her infernal bloodline, but
Fucking demons. Ugh.
Perhaps she's the material that we need to get out of here anyways. Why don't we go to that infinity place he was talking about and fucking leave?
I don't know what the infinity is.
Alright, well, while all you geniuses scheme a little plan to get out of here, I'm gonna be down below deck getting drunk. Cheers!
Why don't you help us scheme when we get out of here instead of going to drink your fucking sorrows away, Lucas?
Oh, well, apparently I'm a confrontational knucklehead idiot, so I'll do what confrontational knucklehead idiots do and get drunk.
That just makes you more confrontational and more of an idiot.
I'm gonna stay on the top of the deck and I'm gonna sketch out the stall.
Okay.
And I'm going to spy on it.
Spot. Well, perception for me.
Okay.
is the stall immobile?
I doubt it.
You don't know. You saw it emerge from the water and kind of twist to get broadside on of you, but you haven't seen it move as of yet.
They did offer us a tour. What if we just asked for a tour on the boat while we waited for our meal?
Okay, so Shaw stays above deck and sketches. I assume the rest of you go down, where it's admittedly much nicer below deck.
I said that to Shaw. I don't know if you heard me.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, well, they did offer us a tour of the boat. What if we were to take a tour of the boat and see if we could find anything?
That's an 8. That didn't do well. I guess. I mean, it's a possibility, but odds are, whatever games they're going to try to play are going to be dark, and they're going to try to kill us. You might have the brevity of being able to look around the but trying to figure out what
That chief was.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I could try to see if we could find anything on the boat. How far does your messer spell go? Can you do it? Do you have to see me?
No, I don't need to see you, but I have to be with at least 120 feet of you.
We don't have any messer stones or anything, do we?
No, nothing like that.
I thought we did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When we were in the underground of the Temple of Zalisus. One was for Kashaw and one was for Lugos, because he likes to scout up ahead.
No. Right.
We got sending stones.
We do? Shit.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, I've got one, but if you...
Sorry, continue.
I've got one, so if you want to try and scout out on the inside, relay information back here. If they give you the tour.
I mean, they did like that I was, I guess, a servant of Talona. I mean, unwillingly mostly, but maybe I can get some kind of tour. I'd have to go get the other stone from Lugos.
Yeah, well, you have a better chance of doing that than I do. I think I just...
Alright, I guess that's the plan then, if you're alright with that. Maverick?
Main thing is finding that material that we need to get out.
I could look for that if need be. I mean, if need be, I could sneak around a bit. I could leave my armor here, go in defenseless.
Pretty sure we're all going to be having to doff our armor anyway.
I don't think they care about that, and I don't suggest you do.
Is Lugos still up top, or did you already leave?
He
He
did.
went below deck.
He went to go drink his sorrows.
Alright, let me go collect this stone from Lugos and let's see if I can get a trip advisory quote of the ship.
Okay.
And while he does that, I just imagine that I'll sending to try and draw out an interior roughly.
Okay. So,
Wouldn't it
Lucas,
be more appropriate to use kayak?
God damn it, stop. We're done.
so
I use
Lucas,
Travago.
I prefer Trivago. Fuck. Ah.
you're attempting to get a kind of a tour of ship, right?
Yeah, I gotta get the sending stone from Lugos first.
Okay. So, as you all head downstairs, immediately you see in the common room, I assume, Lugo's having a drink. Zilrona seems to be reading a book. Adfir is just kind of nervously tapping his leg to one side. Roundhead is still above deck, actually, and Niles seems to have a panel of a wall open, and he's got various tools, and he seems to be fixing something laid on his back.
Fancy man. Lugos, if you're not too drunk, as I say under my breath.
I'm like searching through the cabinets for alcohol, specifically whiskey.
I need that sending stone of yours.
Oh, right here. I'll flip it to him like it's a coin. Keep her safe.
Is it a sending stone? Please, for the love of God, he's not too drunk.
It's a standing sign.
Okay. All right. Well, Lugos, we've decided the plan is I'm gonna go inspect the ship.
Have fun.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so you're heading to inspect for ship, and as you go above
Yeah,
deck
I'm gonna stick it forward.
and across the gangplank underneath, because obviously, wait, sure, are you still above deck?
Yes, I am. I'm still,
Still
above
above deck?
deck. I'm just
Okay.
I'm giving a rough, like you said, my perception. I imagine I can't find any,
Yeah,
it's outer drawing.
very, very, very rough, your sketch. But you stay and do that, and Lakas, you enter the side of the stall. Immediately, some skeletons arrive, draw their blades, and confront you.
Hey, yeah. What was his the guy? I say his name because I don't remember what his name was, but the guy's name, yeah, him.
Head's kind of tilt. The blades draw closer to your throat.
They said I could get a tour of the ship. The first mate said that I could have a tour of the ship, possibly. There's not much to do on my boat. I mean,
They both kind of stare at each other. The smaller one kind of looks up at the larger one, and the larger one just elbows the smaller one in the face, and you see this small skeleton begins to run up some stairs as it does so. A few more skeletons kind of come and investigate what's going on, about 6 or 7, but in about 5 minutes' time, there's a familiar kind of wet walking sound as this horrible tendony beast kind of slinks down the stairs.
Davy Jones again. God damn it.
I hate it.
It sounds like Squidward.
Squidward walking.
Ah, tis you again.
Yeah, hey, I was wondering if I could actually have a tour of the ship.
Why?
Why? Well, there's nothing really to do for the next couple hours. I mean, I did work for Talona. I mean, maybe I could see what the past of my members did, see what they created. I am a champion of Talona after all. I mean, I have the spear, as you can definitely probably see.
Walk with me in that case. The alchemy room is at the other side of the ship. We will talk and we will walk and we will get to know each other a bit better. How does that sound?
That sounds decently pleasant.
Good. And you see as he begins to turn and walk down the various hallways, keeping a relatively fast pace, and you see as his arms kind of swing every so often and just scrape against the walls, making a horrible, just screeching noise.
So, why do you care about looking at the ship? I mean, even if you are a follower of Talona, what do you plan to do with the knowledge?
Well, if I can get good knowledge about making poisons and whatnot, I could probably use some of them. And the ship's rather beautiful, honestly.
On who?
My enemies, most likely.
And who might they be?
And you see as he stops, kind of pivots around and stares right at you.
As of right now, I don't have any. I've dealt with what I needed to deal with for now. You guys seem pretty cool, so you're not my enemies.
Is that a lie?
Actually, no. I dealt with that guy.
Okay.
I dealt with a corrupted follower of Talona. So I did that.
A corrupted follower of Talona?
Yes.
I don't see how that works. Surely the big thing about being a follower of Talona is you are corrupted.
It's trying to go against her word and make his own religion, basically.
Again, seems like something she would approve of.
Well, I mean, if she did, she wouldn't have given me the spear.
Or, like any other god, She just sees you all as chess pieces in a game for her fun. Just brainstorming.
That scares me. I don't want to die. You're probably right.
So he begins to show you around various areas. He shows you what was once a sleeping accommodation, but is now just a bunch of skeletons kind of just stood, just hunched in this room, pressed together very tightly. Maybe about 60 in one room. Shows you 4 rooms.
The rest of the accommodation is roughly the same.
Leads you further onwards. He shows you the first alchemy room, which is a small, tucked away back area, which is horribly disused, with rotting wooden benches, holes in the walls where kind of sea urchins have now attached.
This is where your ancestors, I don't know if ancestors is the word, your forebearers once planted their poisons.
Wow, this is a pretty small room for poisons. I mean, it doesn't look like as well kept. What happened?
We were sunk, and we've been here for 2,000 years.
Ah.
Is that
Understandable.
all? Would you wish to go back to your ship now? Have you seen enough?
Could I walk around in here for a little bit? Are there any old books left?
No. All books will be found in the captain's quarters.
Oh. Do you think he'd allow me to read a couple of the books for alchemy?
Maybe after dinner.
Is there any? Didn't he say there was a couple alchemy rooms? Is this the only one?
Well, the rest are very similar. Or do you insist on seeing them all?
I kind of want to see them all. I want to see if any are different from the others.
Just make me a passive charisma check for me.
Oh, passive charisma. So just charisma throw and whatever.
Yeah, just a standard charisma check.
Hell yeah.
See his head kind of turn, slight look of suspicion across.
Do you?
And he gestures down the corridor which leads deeper into the underbelly of the ship, where other alchemy rooms are.
I guess I don't have to speak out loud for the sending stone, do I?
Let me check, because it's for sending spell.
I'm pretty sure it's just like message where you just mouth the words.
So it's a 25-word message.
Alright, I tell Kasha we're going to the underbelly now. Try to use message to see how far I am.
I will say, I believe sending stones can only be used a certain amount of times, right?
It's infinite on the same plane of existence, no distance.
Oh, yes. Wait. They can only be used once per dawn, apparently. Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn.
Oh.
Shit. Well,
Oh.
So you actually
Never
get
mind.
one message. Sure, I will allow you to take that message back if you so wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Please.
take that message
Okay.
back and save for something more important than that.
Okay. So, you're carried further into your underbelly. The next 10-15 minutes are spent showing you around the vessel. But soon enough, you've seen all the alchemy rooms. It's the same kind of thing. A lot of the equipment is missing. Most of it gone. You see a few conical flasks and the like still there, but nothing amazing. You see Lieutenant Cedric kind of closes the door behind him as he follows you into one of the many alchemy rooms.
So that is all. Have you seen everything you need to see?
I have, yeah. What's your favorite room in the whole ship? That was the question that I must ask.
I'm a big fan of the butchery. It's where you get the best snacks.
Well, I'm kind of intrigued. What's can you show me the butchery?
No, maybe after dinner.
Oh. So here's another question.
At this point, this guy is just getting more annoyed with Leokas than
Yeah,
anyone
right.
else in the party.
So, are you guys gonna plan on killing us or having us join your group?
That is a funny one to answer, you see. If you join us, you won't be dead, so to say, just less burdened with the knowledge of having deadlines and things to do. If you join
No, I
us
We wouldn't look like you, would we?
in time,
Ugh.
but you'd last 200 years or so before you get really bad.
Oh boy. What's your guys' plan anyway, when you get out of here?
There are certain debts that need to be settled. Beezy and royalty. They were the ones who helped capture us. We will come for them and kill all of them.
Don't you think it's a little harsh? I mean, that was 2,000 years ago. I'm pretty sure those people are dead now.
It's the same family tree. And their ancestors will pay.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same, yeah.
Apart from that, if House Dawn still exists on the outside, we will tear them apart.
Would I know if House Dawn still exists?
I think you know that House Dawn doesn't exist, but the shield Maverick found essentially made him the kind of the successor to House Dawn as long as he keeps it.
Oh, fuck.
And you see as he begins to kind of think more strongly.
I would like to kill the Emperor. Tell me, how old is he getting now? He must be close to death.
The Emperor, would I know that?
I'd say make a history check. It's gonna be a hard DC because no one really knows how old the Emperor is. All we know is he's essentially been around since the start of civilization as we know it.
Jesus Christ, what is he, fucking god?
I'm assuming he would be dead if they were any normal mortal.
He's a demigod essentially.
Let's just make him dead.
It's very kind of Warhammer in kind of the Emperor of Man.
13? Warhammer, the Emperors live almost, don't they live almost forever in Warhammer?
Yeah, but this is the kind of a light version, otherwise it's too OP. But you know he's getting old. There's been rumors that his health is in decline, and you've heard rumors it's maybe his 10th, 15,000th birthday coming up, and he may be getting close to death.
Like I tell him, yeah, he's pretty old. It's his birthday coming up, his 10,000th. His health is declining rapidly as I remember.
Then, once we are free, I'm sure the captain will agree that we will burn down all he has built and build a new world from the ashes.
Oh my god, they are just the chaos.
Right? Oh, alright. So do you guys have like a dragon sword on this ship?
Dragon sword?
Dragon stored on the ship. I mean, it's a pretty big ship. You gotta have more than just skeletons, right?
No, only a kraken.
And you see as he exits the room.
Oh.
I thought that's bullshit.
Can I insight check that?
Roll insight for me.
Oh fuck. $17.
Oh, hard to read.
Cool.
Hard to read with a 17.
Wonderful. One last question before we go back to my ship. What's in these waters out here?
Waters, the endless cosmos, dreadnoughts, demon. I'm sure everything you ever read in a children's book as to why you shouldn't go out at night can be found in these shores.
So what would happen if I jumped in?
You would be sucked down into the void. You would never return.
Okay. Just curious. Thanks for the Trivago tour.
Expect 5 stars. You got turns.
Wait, you said you had a merchant on here.
Had is the key word, my friend.
Oh.
Speaking of which, you must get back to your ship. Dinner will be served in about an hour and a half.
Oh, dinner. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah.
Don't worry, I will escort you.
Oh, I would hope so. It'd be lonely without your presence.
Kind of just stares at you for a second. And walks. He's going to you all the way back to your ship, and he stands on the other side of the gangplank, and
Off you go. See you very soon.
Goodbye.
you head back and over, and Kishore, you see this familiar, horrible, tendony mass of a ghoul. It's Lakas. But back across the shore.
Hey,
I'm
Kashaw.
just plucking away at Trigger.
So I got news. I mean, it's not good news, but I got
Is the ghoul
news.
still there?
Just slinking away. You don't know if he's gone because he's kind of disappeared into the darkness and kind of the bits of ship that are covered. But from what you can tell, I mean, passive perception, he's gone.
Okay. I'm gonna, just to make sure, I'm gonna cast message. No conversation out loud. Just talk like this and we can keep this up. What did you find?
Well, there's a lot of alchemy rooms, lots and lots of skeletons. And possibly a kraken.
I'm sorry, a what now?
Yeah, I asked them if he had, I was generally curious, this is a big ship, if he had any stored dragons, like, at all, like dead dragons, maybe. No, he has a whole ass kraken stored on this ship.
Did you see it?
No, but I asked him. I mean, it was hard to read, but I wouldn't put it past them.
All right. Okay, that's concerning.
And they have something called a butchery, where I'll be
Does the
getting
ship
shown
even look large
after
enough to
dinner.
store a kraken? I'm sorry.
It's 500 meters long, I think, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
big enough.
Huge. It's almost a
Yeah,
third of a mile
huge.
long.
It's huge.
It's so
It's
huge.
basically just an aircraft carrier, but timey.
Essentially, yeah.
All right.
And did you say Spencer is about 60 skeletons per room?
Yeah, but you only saw 4 rooms, but you anticipate there was many more.
Yeah, I saw four bunk quarters. Each had 60 skeletons in it, but there's many
That's
more rooms.
That's already well more than we can handle ourselves. And you said they were alchemy rooms.
Yes, but there's nothing left in them. It's all the information is stored in the captain's quarters.
Of
Yep.
course. Okay.
Yeah, he said maybe if after dinner, I could look at the books, but other than that,
You
That's
do
the
realize
furthest I
that
got.
after dinner we're gonna be probably, based off of all the talking, I'm gonna make a guess, but they're gonna offer us an ultimatum.
oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Thank you, I forgot about that. Yeah, either we can join him or we can go to the butchery.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
And,
Yeah, that's what.
they want to go, and we need where's Maverick at? We gotta tell him to hide that shield. Like now.
Why?
That shield is the last known crest of an old family that actually put. What's kind of funny, actually, if you think about it. Yeah.
I know I'm the one who identified.
Yeah.
Why? But why are you saying that we need to hide it more than we have?
Well, because that family actually put these guys here.
Of course. Okay.
And
simple.
Yeah, and well, they want revenge. And if they get out of here, how do I say this in the most calm, collective manner possibly?
Well,
they're gonna
you can
kill
be
the
as loud
Emperor.
as you want. You're not actually. This is all mind speak. So
They're gonna kill the Emperor and make their own civilization, a new world, specifically. They said.
all right. So basically, Vecna Part 2. Understood.
Yep.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to be that guy, but we do not have enough firepower to fight these. But we also don't. Okay. We
I
need
think
to
death
get
is
into
the only
the cap.
option.
No, you're stupid. That's dumb. Death is not an option. That is a non-option.
I like to turn in my favor.
Oh, really? What's the favor?
No, I said that out of character.
Okay. Okay.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty in character to me.
Yeah,
My
literally.
favor is to kill me, please. Also,
Okay.
jumping into the ocean is definitely not an option.
I could have told you that. There's bad things under there.
Yeah.
If you even want to call that the surface of the water. It's all weird. It's gross. I don't care for it much. Okay. So we have two problems, and we got no ways to solve. Other than, well, dying, and I'm not ready for that, so.
Yeah, I'm not keen on joining an undead cult. I've already joined one cult I wasn't keen on, but an undead cult, that's a little too far for my taste.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Cass. Let's go talk with Maverick and Lugos. We should just try to figure this all
As long as
out.
Lucas isn't drunk.
If he is, he is. I meant what I said before, but if he took it the wrong way and continued a little bit of friendly advice, that's his that right now. Either way. Let's go downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you head below deck, and as soon as Kishore, you are seen by Niles, who is still working on something. As soon as he sees you come down the stairs, he immediately shouts you over. He just kind of goes, "Hey, Kishore, over here, over here."
Yep, okay, yep, what?
Look, funny story. I noticed the glider, the port quarter, wasn't quite at full extension, so I just need you to hold this. And he extends. It's almost kind of a wrench that is locked in place, but it's being actually pulled, so he needs you to just hold it back.
Okay, I do.
Alright, you just hold that whilst I do this. And he kind of slides himself on his back underneath and begins to fiddle with some stuff, and you just hear his voice from underneath. So, what's the deal with you and the girl?
Excuse me?
You know, the, Joy, that's her name. What's the deal with you two? You've been going about a bit, and, my ship, I thought I should know.
My shit. I thought I should know. What this guy?
Do I vicious mockery him or not? No, not yet.
God.
We need him. Sir, I do not know what you're implying. We're friends.
He kind of scoots himself out, so you can see his face, and his eyes kind of go wide. All right, sure.
Okay, I believe you.
I literally take my fucking steel-toed boot and kick him in the side.
Oh, all right. Calm down. I'm just messing with you, kid. So, take it that's a no. Is that a no on your end or a no on her end?
Why are you asking?
Again, he kind of takes himself out. Yeah, you'll find out. And he winks. And
Insight check.
Okay.
Insight check.
You'll find out.
Dick. God damn it. No. My round table closed. Hold on.
It's fine. It's fine. Like we immediately from scary conversation up top to just Niles pressing personal questions below deck.
Oh, yeah, you know. As you do.
I'm gonna have a
That's
real
what I do all the
conversation
time.
about whatever plan we could put together, but no. Well, he wants to do this shit. What's my insight? Okay, +4. $11. Let's go.
11. Hard to read, but you think that wink may have been meant for either you or Joy.
Okay. If you're done asking personal questions and I'm quite done helping you fix this, I have actually important things to go talk about with the rest of.
Yes, unfortunately, you're gonna have to keep holding on, because if you let that wrench go, my head's gonna be pulp.
Oh, you.
I guess we're all meeting here.
Hey, Maverick.
Oh, you're back on the ship.
Do you still have that shield?
Yeah. Sure, what of it?
Yeah, you're gonna need to hide it. Like,
Why, you think they're gonna just steal it or something? They already didn't care about the weapons.
no, so that shield you picked up was of an old family. And, it just so happens that that old family happened to put these guys here 2,000 years ago, and they want to kill who's ever remaining of that family or has any, belonging to that family. And let's just say your shield has their crest.
Oh, that's actually great, actually. Thank you for letting me know. I will not be getting rid of it.
Oh,
Sure.
I will say you're all in the common room, so you can all hear each other quite well.
I'm a bit indisposed at this particular moment. If you'd like to talk, also, if we are going to be talking, I would highly suggest look, just come over here.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Cast
and they got a
message.
Kraken.
Leah Cash, shut the f.
So, and I kind of like sit next to, or whatever, like lean up against the wall next to Kashal while he's holding a wrench back. I was like,
I'm holding this wrench and I'm just I'm thinking about it, but I can't.
do you want me to hold that if your arms are getting tired? Anyway,
No.
so about this shield thing.
Message. Talk here, not out loud.
As he notices kind of you closing it, it's like, you once again, Niles kind of comes out and he's like, really? I'm doing the whole secret thing? Okay. So gonna...
I'll be doing it with you too, Captain. If they have ears on this ship... Never mind. That's its own message. And I send another message to Maverick waiting for his response.
Do you know, did Leokas fill you in about,
Yeah.
alright. Well, now we have something they want. We have leverage, finally.
I
We make
don't... That's not how this is gonna work, Maverick. That shield, you own it. You are tuned.
Oh,
Right.
it is not to give it away. It's to threaten them with it.
I don't think that's how this is gonna work. At all. They're gonna perceive you as a target, and then the opportunity to make a choice, they'll just kill you.
What I have learned in traveling, and what I have learned in face of those that are dead or undead, that have resisted on passing on, hold resentment and grudge that bind their souls to their bodies, revenants of the like, and things of that nature. Look, if they want one final piece of resistance, that's what's holding the shambled souls to their body, we can give that to them.
Maverick, I am not an arcane scholar. I am not acutely aware of the nature of undeath, but I can tell you from legends, if these boys have been working for Vecna, the king of the undead, it's a simple pat on the back and telling them you're free to go now is just gonna piss them off. They're not revenants. They're worse than that.
There has to be something that this artifact can do that can do something with this undead. It wouldn't have existed and persisted this long. If there was anything that could sink the stall, if something like this would have been in its possession, then
Well,
it could do it again.
I don't know if it's this particular artifact, Maverick. I mean, it's an old artifact. It's magical. I already know this, but I have a question. Does it speak? Can you talk to it? I've heard of situations where magical things. Maybe you could ask it.
Honestly, I haven't tried.
I'll try that first before you go flashing it around on the kill anything. That particular group of that family.
Right on.
And Maverick, keep in mind, if you're holding that shield, you are technically designated as the family. So, yeah, don't go flashing it around here. They'll just kill you. And then probably the rest of us by association.
I'll find out as much as I can then.
Good luck. And that's where I end the message stream.
I'm gonna go find a quiet corner.
Okay. And as
Find
you
probably
do that,
that end table where I set that little little stone statue of Zealosus.
okay.
Like sit in front of
And
it.
As
Shield
you
on
go
my
to
lap.
do it, I think we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We will be back here at the hour on the dot. Take 10 minutes to get some water. Take a little break, whatever you need. But we'll see you very shortly. See you soon.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
The blinds.
Now Audible, not sponsored. Anyway, Sarah.
We are now
Speaking of-
visible and audible to the outside world, and without further ado, let us do further.
And also, speaking of sponsors, Pepsi. If you would like to sponsor, I would like some more cherry
Nobody likes
Cherry-
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Mac.
I mean, come on.
It's all about
Pepsi Max
Dr.
cherry.
Pepper.
Oh, shut up, dude.
All right.
I feel like I've started a war here. Anyway,
I was about to back you up and bash Pepsi, but then you said some audacious shit like that, like it's all about Dr. Pepper.
No, Dr. Pepper is
No,
the shit.
no,
All right. Yeah.
Cream soda Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper slaps.
See, he understands.
no.
obviously
culture's
you've never
fucking
tried
swine.
Urn Brew.
You all suck. Birch beer is the superior.
Just get out of here.
Nobody even says anything.
RC Cola.
Oh,
No,
RC
dude,
Cola's
it's about
good.
tab.
It's just worse
Tab.
Pepsi.
No, it's about Pib. Give me
No,
that
get
Pib.
that pib shit out of
Fresca.
here. Fuck
I like
you.
It's about that Dr. Thunder, okay?
Anyone,
It's all about that Mountain Lightning.
anyone want
no.
a Fresca?
How about some Fago?
Listen, guys, it's all
I've-
about sheer wine, okay?
I feel
yeah,
like
listen to
this is.
Fresca, no, I prefer having taste buds, and I don't want to drink static.
My favorite Mountain Dew knockoff is Mountain Shoutin'.
Mountain Shoutin'? Yeah, you talked about this, the off-brand, when we talked about off-brand potions on the podcast.
Yeah, Mountain Shoutin'.
Well, this has been a nice interlude, but let's get back to mentally scarring you all. Oh. Jesus. Where we last left off, you were in the common room of the Mayfly, discussing your various plans before you were called to dinner for the evening on possible ways out, or whether or not you may actually just sit through the dinner and see what happens, or try something rash and possibly dangerous. But where we left off, Maverick, I believe, you were taking yourself to a corner seat in the common room, putting your little statuette of Dalsas in front of you, and that's what we got up to. So I'll let you continue whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'll sit crisscross applesauce. The shield, with the shield on my lap, my hands placed upon it. And I'm kind of just going to try to calm my mind the most I can after all the things that I probably saw but didn't see.
Yeah.
In the astral sea. And I'll try to focus just the shield in my possession and see if I feel or hear anything.
Make me a charisma check.
Hey, all right. Hey, that ain't that bad at all.
21.
Okay.
Juan.
You hear, hey! No. No.
Just because Shaw's sending me another message.
You kind of try and connect with the shield, and there's a moment where you feel kind of a spark of energy between you and the shield, and it begins to vibrate and hover a centimeter off the table, but then snaps and falls back to the table.
What secrets do you have?
Hello.
Who said that? It's like, who said that? It's like,
It's the shield.
shit. It sounds just like Leocas. This is my worst nightmare.
Hey, that's like a blessing in disguise. You got a sexy ass voice talking all the time.
What secrets do you hold?
That's the word
Hello.
the kids are using nowadays for sexy.
What secrets do you hold? Hello.
Anyway, is that the extent that you're kind of delving into the shield, or do you wish to do anything else?
Inspect it all over, like real close. Check on the inside of the shield for like, you know, maker's marks, whatever.
Roll
Tarnish.
investigation.
Wipe clean. Clearly. 9.
9.
Roll a flat 10.
From what you can tell, it's just a very well-made shield. There's no visible kind of fixing. It's obviously made of multiple pieces of some kind of odd alloy, but there's no visible fixing lines, no welding or anything like that. It's very well made, but there's nothing distinguishable about it apart from its design.
I have a feeling if I leave it here, it'll be taken with me. There has to be someplace I can hide it. Now, could I wrap it in a traveler's cloak and strap it to my back?
Yeah. You good?
I'll do so.
Okay. And as
But,
so, you take off cloak and begin a slow process of making sure it's kind of securely wrapped and kind of tying it in certain places. And as you're doing so, you hear footsteps across the common room. You don't pay much mind to it until you kind of sense a figure in front of you next to the table. You kind of glance up and see the familiar figure of Zilrona there. She kind of just looks a bit confused and is like, you dressing your shield?
Yeah, apparently the old family whose this shield crest bears is the same Empire family that sunk this ship long ago. This is an artifact linked to a very old scar for these people. It's best that it's not brandished.
Well, that sounds very long and very confusing. Mind if I sit?
Yeah, sure. So it's best I don't have this out in the open, but I don't want to leave it on the ship in case this gets raided. So it's going to be kept on my person, hidden.
And have you seen any more of the, well, obviously not seen, but any more tally marks?
What, like, just anywhere?
Yeah, she's
Or-
asking you if you've got any more tally marks.
I lost count, honestly, since yesterday. I'll check, my arms and, my torso.
Can I ask, with everything happening, would Maverick still attempt to keep up with putting the tally marks on, or would he kind of lose focus with it?
Sometime after, with the whole fight thing
Yeah.
going down, I would have lost track.
Okay. So you notice maybe one or two more from before the fight, but after that, none.
My mind hasn't been focused on what is out there. It's tunnel visioned at the moment. I'm not sure if it's a lack of anomalies or the fact that my mind refuses to pay attention to them.
Personally, I think it's the lack of a good book. She slams a book down on the desk in front of you. To tell you the truth, it's a boring book, but you might like it. You're that kind of person, I think.
Calling me boring, and I grab the book off the table. Well, you'd be right. What's this about anyway?
It's depressing. It's a young boy helping in the Khaledian ivory trade a few years ago, and it's about his growth to manhood in the ivory trade.
No, the last book I've read was known as The Heir of Justice. There was a young man named Rillian being trained by his father named Roar, some to be a good knight or swordsman. But he was very aggressive, in his training towards him, and he thought there was some adamant between them. But found out that his father had a past, and he was revered and renowned as a brilliant swordsman, and he only wanted to train him so harshly because he knew that his time was nearing an end, and he wanted him to be strong to protect the rest of his family in his stead if he were to pass. And it's one of those good tales that you can get at 99 cents on Amazon from R.A. Miller, one of my good friends who wrote this book. Anyway, so great book. I finished it in I finished this in 3 days. It was such
absolutely shameless.
No self-promoting in chat. Banned.
It's not because I was a test reader and aiding in the editing of this book before publishing, and I got a free copy. Yeah. No. But no, actually, legit. That somehow actually has accidental parallels to Maverick's backstory.
I was thinking it sounds very similar.
Yeah. So, but that's the last book I actually did read as a recent. I read it again recently.
So we're on account turns. Would you ever want to be a great swordsman?
I'm quite shoddy at best when it comes to wielding my own blades. I hope so. I at first was part of the Marlin Town Guard, and I show like the little like insignia that was tossed to me in prison. I guess now I'm some sort of a captain, I suppose now, haphazardly. But fates at some point were made for me back in the day, and I left home to, I guess, do soul searching and
Counter
paving
undead
of my own.
lords and the usual.
Oh, right. Right. I suppose that's where my path paving wound me up in.
Well, I'm sure it'll improve. You don't often stay in the domain of an. Well, actually, I don't know about it. Quite a few people might, and I wouldn't know. So don't take that advice. Actually, that's a terrible idea. Just think, even if you do die, at least you'll have read a good book. And she points to a book on the table. I'm going to check on my brother. Stands up and heads into one of the back rooms. Alright.
Pulling the shield over my back, and I look at the book. Age 1.
Intelligence 9.
Intelligence, yeah, I mean, intelligence 9.
It's going to be intelligence 10.
Hell yeah, read a book.
So, the rest of you.
Read a motherfucking book!
In about the hour and a half you have until you are called up to dinner, what do you all wish to do? What do you spend your time doing?
I'm gonna read the book, have a drink.
You do have a book.
I'm reading The Blood Forest
Okay.
by Asmodeus Jenkins.
You are very close to done, so roll me a d20 for that. And Maverick, also roll me a d20 for yours.
Oh yeah, sure. Roll me a d20 for just reading a story. All right, cool.
Hey, 2. Nice.
You're illiterate.
Lugos, you get an okay. You both get an 2. Maverick, you get 2% through starting a book. Your mind is kind of wandering and unfocused, and Lugos the same. You're close to finishing, but you only manage to flip for a few pages because you have to kind of go over the same thing multiple times to actually get it into your head, because at this point you just scrambled.
Anybody else ever get caught up on one line when you're reading a book from time to time?
Yeah.
You just read it
You
over
skim
and
through it,
over.
and you're like, what did I just read? And then you read it again, you're like, what did I actually just read? And then you read it a third time.
Yeah.
But for you two, that is essentially what this entire reading experience is. But you get a few pages through, and Maverick, you begin the story, it really is quite depressing. It begins with a child going out and helping his father hunt great elephants on the plains. And some weird long metaphors and similes. It's very artsy. Think kind of The Old Man and the Sea. So it's good, but it's very a lot of kind of meaning behind it.
I don't even know if I'd call The Old Man and the Sea a good book.
I enjoyed it. For the Blood Forest, though, you get another 2% way through it, and at this point you're coming close to the end, and it's just a lot of the characters are being wrapped up. The two brothers who kind of went into the forest are kind of reuniting, and kind of it's very mostly kind of act 3 of the book. You don't know how much more information will be in there, but the story's okay, I suppose. It is regarded as a classic.
I have a question for Kashaw.
And I
Hey,
might have an answer.
Kashaw, you know a lot about the magic, you know, right?
Well enough.
How do I get something like Maverick has? How do I soulbound something?
You wanna what now?
You want to what now?
What exactly are you looking for, Leocas?
Oh, okay, hello. That was really laggy.
Is it my end?
No,
No.
it looks like it's Logan's end.
Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Yellow.
Yellow.
So what exactly are you looking for, Leocas?
I want to be able to soulbound one of my weapons, like Maverick has.
Well, let me just consult the old textbook memory here. Well, so are you talking like just bringing a weapon back to your hand, or?
Being able to summon it, or maybe being able to, or if not, be able to like return it. Like I open my hand and it comes back to me, like if I throw it or something.
Well, to
Roll
my
Arcana for me.
knowledge. Oh fuck. Okay, jeez.
Could I give him the help action since I'm asking this question, or no?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway.
You go, buddy. You tell him what for.
I'm an independent D&D player.
I certainly
need no
will. Totally.
DM.
Oh, okay.
Go on, sorry.
I'm gonna DM my own game.
By myself.
It's called writing.
Essentially.
That is exactly what it is.
Well, let's see how this goes. Not good. 6.
6. You reckon you either need a god or divine being to do it for you? You think also the warlocks of Nonsu, who are really the most powerful enchanters you've heard of, may be able to do something, but apart from that, you're pretty clueless.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not really my repartee with summoning weapons back to hand or whatever. I don't really specialize in any of that, so I can tell you that there are some gods who might be willing to make, I don't know, an agreement with you, or maybe there are some warlocks who historically have been known to conjure powerful spells. I don't really know where Maverick gets his powers.
Oh yeah, I have one more question for you.
I'm lying, but that's fine. Continue.
Back in the town, what did you need to do so badly that?
Oh,
This is a regular old interview at this point.
well, you see, I had to deal with a personal family matter regarding somebody real close who was in town. And basically asked for a bit of help, and they managed to get me this, and I hold up my new guitar.
Your new old guitar.
My new old guitar, yes.
Oh, nice. So that's what you ran off to grab after you got out of the temple.
That is Well, it's a little bit more than that, but yes.
Well, I'm glad I could help it. And a friend achieve something that he needed.
Are you getting at something here?
No, I was just curious.
Okay. Should probably get ready for the ship.
Oh.
So, for the next hour or so, you go about your business, you read your books, and after you.
Yeah, I just let you know it's almost 4:30. I gotta go here. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. We'll end in just a second because after about an hour,
Typical. I'm just kidding.
you hear
I'm just messing around.
you hear
Sorry.
a heavy boof on the top deck, and as the hatch is opened and you go up onto deck, you see the familiar figure of the prototype, great sword slung on the back, and as you come up, its head kind of twists and morphs, and it points towards the foreboding darkness of the entrance to the star. You look towards the very back of the ship, and you see in the far distance what looks like light shining through stained glass. So we'll end the session.
Oh
I
god.
think I'm good. I don't want to go on the boat.
I prefer if you didn't. I'd have preference of not.
Right. As always, huge thank you for watching. Hope you stay safe and don't run into any kind of dread pirates along the way next week. That'd be very unfortunate. But apart from that, we'll see you next Sunday at the same time to see how this dinner goes, how really the rest of this encounter goes. Stay safe. See you very soon.
You
Before we go, real quick, can I use?
Have this strangest feeling, don't know what to believe in. Cause every time you touch me, I can't control my body. Oh, baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. It's like we're in a movie. I don't know how you do it. I look into your eyes and everything is different. Baby, you are on my mind. All I think about, and I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. Could you come closer to me? I just can't resist you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling. I don't know if I'm breathing when you are with me. My heart is beating. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Getting into you. Baby, you are on my mind. I can't control my body, can't control my body, 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 body. I am stuck in a dreaming. I can't help what I'm feeling.